is, let's see, that's got to be potato right there, I think. Now usually I get a pretty good indicator of how good the video is looking on our end, but right now it looks really choppy over here. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, now we're good. Okay. So let me talk to you guys about the kittens for a minute. There's not actually too much to say, but I can see that little potato there has his eyes starting to open up. They're 1 week old today. And that's pretty good for like an early eye opening. Here, let's bring him over here so we can see him for a minute. Hang on. Mom, we're just going to borrow your little buddy, our little buddy, and bring him right out here and he can yell at us himself. So, yes, that is, I believe, potato. I'm not going to lie, it's a little hard for me to tell them apart sometimes too. He's got a lot to say about being able to see. He's got a lot to say about being able to see. But he does have, so when little kittens, when their eyes first start to open up, what you typically will see is they open up from the inside corners closest to the nose, just a teeny tiny bit on the first day, and that's what we're seeing here. There's just a teeny tiny bit of eye open there on the inside corner. Let me see if I can zoom in. This lens is not made for this kind of focus. I should have brought the macro lens. If I knew today was the day, I might have done it. We can always do it tomorrow. Let's see if we can get this to focus that close. Not really. Alright, well, next time I'll get you guys the macro lens or just take some macro photos to share. Might actually do better to zoom out because then it lets us get a little closer, I think. Well, still doesn't quite want to do it. Alright, well. Anyway, yeah, so today they're 1 week old. And as you know, that is about the time. I think on average, people say that it's 10 days before their eyes open. But sometimes you get some that are a little early, and sometimes you get some that are a little late. We've seen them take 2 weeks. And as in this case, we saw them take a week. I think our record is something like 5 days, which is really fast. I wish you could see that a little better, but we'll do it next time. Like I said, I'll bring the macro lens tomorrow instead of the zoom lens. And then I think we'll be able to get real close. Maybe a little too close. Oh, too close. Or maybe we'll have even more fun with it. Maybe I'll do another little tiny macro close-up later. Also, the reason that we restarted this morning's stream twice there at the beginning is because people were saying that after we switch networks, usually the audio gets better, more in sync. So I'm curious to know if it made any difference here, and if it didn't, there's really nothing I can do about that. Our next try on the audio will be to use a different microphone, which I intended to do today, but I couldn't find the microphone I wanted, so after a while I just gave up, and we'll try again for the next stream, I think. Mom Flower is so pretty. She's got Potato behind her, and I think she wants him to join the crowd. So let's bring Potato around here. Let's take a quick look at the others to see if there's anybody else showing their eyes today. I guess we'll take them in a random order. Here's Rye. Let me borrow Rye for a minute. No, not quite. I know it probably looks that way to you, but that's just a shadow. That's not anything open yet. He might be there tomorrow, but he's got a little bit of that eyeshadow there in the corners. So this is Rye. You can tell Rye real easy by his bold colors and the fact that he's got a classic tabby pattern. I hear you, bud. Put you right back in there. And let's see. So that is, yeah, this looks like this is Corn. Corn, do you have eyes yet? No, also just shadows. That's just his colors. That's not the eyes opening. So it looks like just Potato so far. Although we still have to check. Where is Millet? This one is Millet. Hang on, Millet. Let's have a look at you real quick. I'm sure you're going to be behind, though. Yeah. Millet also not open yet. Let's focus. I know, again, it looks like he is, but that's just the little colors and shadows there. That's not open. So it's just Corn so far. It has his eyes open a little tiny bit, and probably will have them open a lot more tomorrow. So that's exciting. And there's not too much else for us to talk about today except for these kittens. I do want to swing over and see Myth with you real quick, but that we'll do in a minute. Look at that little baby blep. Oh, so cute. I wish I could get the camera around so that you could really see it. That's about the best I can do, I think. Those little tiny paw beans. Such cuties. Yeah, we'll keep trying on the audio for now. Just gonna have to deal with it, folks. Sorry. As for kitten news, there's nothing. They're a week old. They're super healthy. They are gaining weight like crazy. We're real happy about that. Just real healthy, real happy, cute little kids. That's there's not too much else to say about it. They're doing great. Now, you may have heard, especially if you watch the regular Kitten Academy live stream, you may have actually heard that there's been a little bit of an upper respiratory infection going around the academy. And we've been trying to do what we can to keep it out of this room, but I'm pretty sure that we're closing the barn door after the cows are out. Pretty sure it's already in here, and I know that I've heard some sneezes from the kittens already, and I heard a little bit of coughing from Flower here yesterday, which are both signs that we've seen in the rest of the cats in the academy, a little bit of sneezing and coughing. But that's it. That's the only signs that we've seen is a little bit of sneezing and coughing. No real discharge or discomfort or anything like that. So I feel like it has been so far for everybody that's experienced it very mild URI and not anything that we are concerned about. I think that it's going to be managed just fine. And you will probably notice me still taking a little bit of precaution to keep from bringing it in here. Even though, like I said, it's probably too late. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to try. So, or, at least try to be a little extra careful. Bring in too much of the viral load, I guess, or anything like that. Whatever. Point being, if you see me in here wearing gloves, that's going to be why. And you just saw I wasn't wearing gloves, but that's because I just washed up real careful before this stream, and that's why we started in here today. I wanted to make sure that we were nice and clean to start this out, and then we can go to the other rooms afterwards, since everybody else is definitely exposed. My thought right now is that Myth was patient zero, that she's the one that started it, because you'll remember when we first brought Myth in, she had that real squeaky purr that had like that sort of wheezy, squeaky component to it. And some cats are just like that, and we'd just met her, so our thought was, well, she's just like that. But it seems like now that it's started to go away, and that she just has a regular purr. So my thought now is that she had a bit of a cold and we didn't realize it, and that she's getting over it now. And I think by the time we realized what was going on, we realized it because Rumor started sneezing like crazy the other day. I mean, just sneezing her little head off. Now Rumor seems like she's over it, and everybody else has had it to varying degrees too. So I think it spread through the whole academy before we even knew what was up. But like I said, it's very mild, not a big deal. Nobody seems too bothered by it. And yeah, and like I said, Rumor is basically over it, and given the fact that Rumor's basically over it, and we haven't seen her sneezing more than like once today, and the fact that everybody else has already got it, we decided to let Rumor out to wander around the academy all morning, which is she has been doing. You might have seen her on the regular Kitten Academy live stream today. She's been just having fun and being really good with all the faculty and wandering around, and she took Eddie's spot on the beanbag chair for a little while, and she took Logan's spot in DJ's office for a little while, so she's trying out all the best spots in the house to see which one she likes the most, and just basically hanging around and being a sweetheart. Myth, I tried to let Myth out for a little while, but so far she's not really taken to the idea of going out. She was out of her room once a few days ago, and she had fun with that. But since then, she hasn't really shown any desire to go out. I'll open the door and she'll just sort of sit and watch. Even when I try to coax her out with like a toy or some treats or something, she's like, nah, I'm just going to stay in my space. Which is, it sort of suits what we think about how Myth's personality is. She's just sort of that cat that wants to have a nice safe spot to hang out in, and as long as she's got her safe spot to hang out in, she's happy. That's all she wants. That and some pets, of course, make her even happier. A little bit of pets and snuggles. She loves those things. Let's go over and see her. Since these kids are just chilling, you can watch them continue to chill on the Kitten Academy live stream. They're on that 24 hours a day. Let's go over and see Myth for a minute. Probably won't be able to see anybody else right now, but everybody else, last time I checked, they're all sleeping anyway in the hammock downstairs. They're all in the hammock. So they're up close on the regular Kitten Academy live stream. They're already very close and well lit, and you can just tune in over there and check them out if you want. But Myth is not, so let's drop in here and say hi to her. She's already rolling over to say hi. She's like, hey, you came to pet my belly. Here it is. Go for it. Hi, Myth. Is that what you want? This would look better if I came around to the other side because that's where the light is. Here, let's put this right around here. I'm going to set the camera right here. Get a nice, sturdy camera work. Okay, hi. You want something? So every day she does open up a little bit more to us, and Myth seems like she's just a little bit more comfortable. In fact, let's see, I was telling you about her purr and how it started out real wheezy and now it's not. So we think she's had a cold that she's getting over. And that could have also had some impact on what we think about her personality. It could turn out that she's not quite as shy as we thought. She does still startle basically every time we see her, though. So you can tell she's a little bit that way. And the other thing I would say is when she first came in, she would hold her tail between her legs so consistently. I almost thought that might be the only way she could hold it. Truffle has a couple of the vertebrae in her tail are fused, and I thought, maybe there's something like that going on here where she actually can't lift up her tail and look all proud of herself. But in the last day or two now, Myth has started to, when she stands up and walks around and she wants to be pet, she'll stick her tail straight up in the air like a happy cat does. So I can tell she's starting to really feel more comfortable here at the academy. I wish she'd show her face to you guys a little bit more. I came around to this side and now you're just like, you're making this very difficult. Oh, well, that's even better. Okay, Myth, you're making a good showing for somebody who's going to adopt you in the future. Now we're doing our best. So, yeah, I see some people asking about, and I've seen some people ask about the spays for Myth and for Rumor, since we know they're not pregnant. I did schedule their spays with the vet, and I scheduled them as early as we possibly could. But that said, as early as we possibly could, I think is the second and third week of February. I think. I have to check. I really don't know the dates off the top of my head, but they are scheduled as soon as possible. And when we bring them in for the spays, yes, Myth is going to get her teeth fixed. She's got one fang that has been broken, and we're going to just get it removed completely so that it doesn't rot out in there. That would be icky. But it doesn't seem to bother her any. But we're just going to take care of that. Let's be quiet for a minute here and see if we can hear her non-wheezy purr. You can see she's got her tail up back there. That's a good sign, showing us that she's happy. And she's still got a very excited purr, but it's a vast change from when she came in and it had that that very wheezy sort of squeaky. It was very squeaky, and it's not like that squeakiness at all now. So I think that's all good. I think she's really starting to feel better. Oh, you may also have heard that she had some roundworms, which we know because we saw them. She vomited some up. That happens. And that's also, I'm just chuckling because it's not a big deal. Roundworms are nothing. They're easy to treat. And we did give her, it turns out I checked her papers. She had her first treatment for them about 2 weeks ago, and then that was a couple days ago now. And we gave her a second treatment because you do it every 2 weeks. So right on time. All good. She's going to fall out the arm of the chair. So yeah, she's got a couple of things that she obviously came in with a couple of issues. That happens all the time. And she's feeling way better about all of them, as you can clearly see. I think it doesn't change the fact that we've been describing this whole time as sort of a cat that is a little more shy and going to startle a bit here and there and going to need somebody who's a little quieter and willing to move a little slower around her. I think that's all still true, but I also think it's really nice to see how she's opening up a little bit, and it's not as severe of a shyness as maybe we thought. Or, she's just working through it with us, as would happen with her adopter. Over time, she's bound to open up more with somebody that she knows, and in a place where she's comfortable. Just takes some time. And yes, I see Pat saying she drools just a bit. Yeah, my hand is actually very wet right now. She's been drooling this whole time, and she's getting it all over me and all over the blanket. Because when she's happy, she drools. Ari does that too. When Ari gets, Ari's really into petting like this, he drools the exact same way. I think it's sweet. And you know that she was really getting me for my allergies. You guys know I'm allergic to cats. It's funny, yes, but it's true. And I try to treat it, and normally I can keep my allergies pretty well under control. Newborn kittens tend to get me pretty much. So when we have a new litter, my allergies tend to pick up a little bit more. And Myth here, some cats just set you off more than others. And Myth here really, really was setting off my allergies, something fierce. And one of our viewers, and I'm sorry I don't remember who it was off the top of my head, recommended this stuff. Dander reducing wipes. There you go. And so I bought some, and I've been using it on her once a day. And I just wipe her down with it. And I don't know, it's not, we don't have too much evidence. We don't have too many data points, but it really does seem to make a difference. Her fur feels better, and I am not getting quite as allergic when I come in. So that seems really nice to me. I think it's working. Actually, look at that tail right up. Oh, she's so proud of herself. That's what we like to see. I was feeling so worried about that when she first came in, and she would just keep her tail tucked right between her legs the whole time. And now she's like, no, I live here. This is good. Proud of herself. Very proud. That's so sweet. Well, that's about it. I know it's a little shorter than some of our close-ups, but we've covered everything I wanted to cover this morning. So, thanks for tuning in. If you want to keep watching Myth and the other cats and kittens, you can check out the Kitten Academy live stream. We always keep Flower and her kittens on it, but the other ones we sort of switch back here and there whenever we feel like there's something to see. So, check it out. You can watch them all day long if you feel like it. Oh, did I get the good spot? I think I did. You're actually scratching me, though. I know, so happy. She never gets enough of being scratched and petted. Oh, she's just going to make somebody so happy. She likes to curl up in your lap and just be petted and petted and petted. Real sweetheart. All right, everybody. Well, have a great day. Have a great week, too. I'm sure I will see you again before the week is up. I'm sure we should do another close-up tomorrow, if not sooner. So thanks for joining us for that. I hope you guys enjoy yourselves, and I will see all of you later on.